guys, welcome to the Left Field Knitter Podcast. This is episode 4. Today is December 20th, 2014. My name is Ann. You can find me on Ravelry, Twitter, and Instagram as AnnFran25. The show notes for this show are found at leftfieldknitterpodcast.blogspot.com. There's also a group in Ravelry set up under Left Field Knitter Podcast. So how's everybody been? It's been approximately about 2 weeks since the last time I recorded. Not very much has happened, but we have had a little bit of excitement this past 2 weeks. Last Saturday we decided to change my daughter's room back to the smaller bedroom and put the computers into the bigger bedroom so that we would have more room to move about. Now me and the husband, when we're playing games, are not running into one another with our chairs or struggling for space whenever the daughter decides to come in and play as well. So now we have all 3 computers set up in the room, and there's a whole lot more room, and it allows me to also have a small crafting space. Then after we changed the rooms, I had to take my daughter and myself for a haircut. I decided to get about 5 inches cut off. It feels a whole lot more healthier. It's no longer ragged edges. There's solid edges. Now my next step is to color it. We finally finished paying off my daughter's layaway, so we are pretty much ready for Christmas. As far as gifts are concerned, the house is still not quite ready, but that's what's happening this week. It's going to be a lot of cleaning and preparing for Christmas week. Also, my daughter goes every Thursday, unless there's a special event or a holiday. She goes to a special art class after school, and this week she brought home a little Christmas tree that she had made out of clay. I thought it was so cute. On the inside, of course, is her name, and then I wrote in Sharpie marker the year so that I would remember when this was made. But she was quite happy about it, and I'm very pleased with the way that she uses her talent. She's very artistic and loves to draw. The other exciting thing that I did this week was receive finally my associate's degree from college. So now I have an associate's degree in electronic medical records. So I'm now in the process of looking for another position. Right now, like I've probably said in the past, I work security, so there's not a whole lot of things that have to deal with my degree in security, but right at the moment it pays the bills, so that's truly all I'm really concerned about. But that's pretty much all that's happened this week, so I guess we will go ahead and head into the knitting portion of this. Sad to say, because this was the last week of school for my daughter, I had to go ahead and send the teacher's gifts, and my daughter had also told her friends that I would make them a couple of hats, so I also had to send those. I will try to insert pictures, but the first one that I finished was another hot pad with the snowflake and the trees. That is it's called The Prettiest Hot Pad Ever, which is abbreviated TPHPE, and that is by Heather Zapati. It was done using peaches and cream cotton in several different colors. That was knit on a US size 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter. The other 2 were basic winter hats, just about 1 inch of ribbing, and then about 7 inches of actual hat. I did the decreases according to the basic winter hat pattern, which is written by Brandy Fortune. and there were 2 of them, and they were for 2 little boys, which were twins. So I did one with a black cuff and then striped white throughout it, and then the other one I did a white cuff and striped black throughout it. And like I said, I will insert pictures, hopefully, if I can. If they won't work throughout the video, then I will insert them at the end. But for now, my works in progress. What I have worked on this week was, I didn't get much done on this, but this is a Hito Fude by Hiroko Fukatsu. And where this marker is here is where I last was, after I had to go back a week ago and correct a couple of stitches, or a couple of rows. So I had to tink back a couple of rows, but I've done another 4 rows on this. And like I said, this is done on a size US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter. The yarn is Brown Sheep Nature Spun Fingering in the Ebony Shadows colorway, which is a black and gray, I want to kind of say tonal type color. So then the next one is the Classic Mittens by Pearl Soho. These are being done out of Barocco Vintage DK in the denim colorway. The green you see here is a provisional cast on. Didn't get much work done on this. I think the last time I showed it I only had like a couple of rows of ribbing, so now I've got about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches of ribbing. It needs to go to 6 inches, and then it gets flipped and cuffed. So then I would pull off the provisional cast on. Right now I'm working with a set of 2s, which is a 2.75 millimeter, and then the body of the mitten will actually be done on a 3.2, or I'm sorry, a US 3, which is a 3.25 millimeter needle. For the provisional cast on, I used a 3 or a C crochet hook to be able to get the cast on done correctly. But the original pattern for the Classic Mittens calls for just a full mitten. I plan to turn these into convertible mittens, just because I think that would be much easier to handle, instead of having a full mitten for whenever I have to get keys or, you know, just daily tasks. The third thing that I'm working on is another hat from my daughter's friends. I love her to death. She keeps telling people that I will make them hats. But this one, she already told her friend that it wasn't going to be there before Christmas. But it's another Barley hat by Tin Can Knits. This is being done out of Craft Smart yarn, which is Michael's brand of yarn, which is a worsted weight, and it's purple. And this is what I've got so far. This is 2 days of work so far. I did the Estonian cast on, so it's pretty stretchy here. I cast on 84 stitches. The ribbing was done on a size 6. I'm sorry, I've got to pause. My cat is standing over top of the camera. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, the cuff is done on a size 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter, and the body of the hat is done on a US 8, which is a 5.0 millimeter. Like I said, it's the... Hey, buddy. It's okay. It's the Barley hat by Tin Can Knits. The last project that I'm working on is a mystery knit-along by the famous Josh Ricks. It's the Scarfy Shenanigans scarf. It is being done out of Caron Simply Soft in white and orchid, which is a lavender light purple color. And just in case you guys are working on it and haven't gotten to where I am, I'm on I've just finished Clue 7 today. He just, before I got ready to start recording, he just released episode 8. But this is where it is so far. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, 6, and here's 7. 7 is a solid block. But I am really enjoying this. It's been so much fun trying to keep up and seeing everybody else's posts and seeing what other color combinations everybody's deciding to use. There's people using handspun and several people using 3 colors. The pattern usually just calls for 2, but 3 color combinations are really wonderful. I'd like to, once the pattern is finished and I have time, I'd like to do it again with a variegated and a solid. I'm thinking I will do a black with another Craftsmart yarn color called Fiesta, which is like pinks and purples and blues and oranges. I wish I had this game with me, but I forgot to bring it in here. But that's pretty much all I've been working on this week. There are other things in the works. I have a pair of socks planned with the On Your Toes that I showed last podcast. But that's pretty much it for now. I did stop by the local yarn store on my way home tonight. So I picked up a new yarn that they started carrying, which is Cascade Yarn Heritage Prints. This is color number 08, which is the cotton candy colorway. And if you can see, back here is where it shows how it's going to stripe up. It's got blues, and then it's got a speckledy blue, and then it's got pink, and then like a speckledy reddish color. I cannot wait to start these with socks. It is a 75-25 merino nylon mix, and it's going to be a very good hardy sock. I'd love to pick up some more, but we will have to wait till after Christmas and find out, you know, how money situations are. Money's a little tight this month, so. And then I also picked up, because they were getting rid of the Knitter's Pride Novas, because Knitter's Pride is no longer carrying the regular Novas, so they were selling these at 20% off. So I got another size 2, 32-inch circular, and another size 0, 32-inch circular again. I pretty much only, sorry, another cat decided to jump up on there. So, I pretty much only use Knitter's Pride Novas because I love the solid structure of it. I'm afraid every time I use wood that I will break them, so because I'm such a tight knitter. But that's pretty much it for this episode. I don't have any store updates. Like I've said in the past, my store is called LFK Stitch Markers. That is found at lfkstitchmarkers.storenvy.com. I do encourage you guys to check out my stitch markers. Come join the Ravelry group and introduce yourself in the introductions thread. And I hope you guys do have a Merry, Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Goodbye.